Blog Talk Radio.
All right, we're on.
Cool.
I guess the thing is, right now my computer's acting up, and so it's not refreshing. So let me do something to fix it. But hey, this is the Independent Corner with John and
Megan.
Yes. So let's fix this real quick.
Yeah, sorry for the technical difficulties.
Yeah, it's my stupid computer. So.
And I do apologize for skipping last show, but unfortunately I had absolutely no voice because I was sick. Sorry.
Yeah, and tell them about today.
Yep, I'm really, really sore at the moment because my coach decided to be the world's biggest ass and make me swim 1,000 butterfly. If no one knows what butterfly is, then
they shouldn't be near
really,
a pool.
Yeah, it's just really hard, and it's difficult, and it really just fills your arms and your back. So, yeah, if I make like little, grunting sounds, it's not, it's just due to the fact that every time I move, my back or my arms are
All right, well, we've got Chris Watson calling in. He's done Zombiegeddon, a movie that's out, and he's got a new one out. So, here, hold on. Chris?
Hey.
Hey, what's going on, dude?
Not much. How's it going?
Pretty good. You're with John Moody and Meg Trainor.
Hey.
We're the co-hosts of the show, so.
Excellent.
Yeah, so what's going on, Chris?
Not much.
I heard you, I just saw, because you sent me the, for your MySpace thing, the trailer for your new movie.
Yeah, we just did a short little teaser for a movie I did called Dead in Love, which is a nice little romantic comedy. No gore in it. It's really sad, but a lot of the same cameos, like Lloyd Kaufman pops up and Joe Estevez and Ford Austin, a lot of the favorites from our other movies. So it should be fun.
Meg, do you have any questions?
What?
For Chris? Do you have any questions for Chris?
Yeah, I was just gonna wonder. You did a movie called Zombiegeddon. What's that about?
It's basically a kind of an attempt to go back to kind of the 80s cheesy B-movie feel that you got in movies like Sorority Babes and so forth. But basically assembled kind of a B-movie cast and just kind of shot it and had fun. Didn't actually think anyone would want to see it. It was kind of more for ourselves. And then as we went around to conventions, people showed a huge interest in it and ended up coming out through Trauma, and you can get it now. But I'm really happy with that one. It's fun.
All right.
It sounds interesting.
Yeah, so, I was watching Zombiegeddon the other day. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, I mean, I own it. I'm a big fan.
Thank you.
It was really funny because, I was listening to the commentary track, and you kind of had a lot of problems, it seemed.
Yeah, it was, first of all, it was our first movie, really, and especially we tried to shoot it in 8 days, and then we had new people because we had so many B-movie names coming in. They were flying in literally every day, so we were like driving 3 hours to the airport and 3 hours back every day, and there was only 2 of us that were willing to do that. So on top of filming all this time and jamming it all into 8 days, we had that. But then we had some interesting characters and a lot of great people, though, too.
Yeah, Tom Savini was in that movie, the special makeup effects artist who's also acted in, like, From Dusk Till Dawn and I think
Grindhouse coming out.
Yeah, and Dawn of the Dead, and he's been in a lot of stuff, so.
Yeah, he was nice.
Was he in both the remake and the original?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's pretty cool, I guess, like they'd actually ask him to come back.
Yeah, he's an important figure of the original, so I'm glad they did.
Yeah. Did you like the remake of Dawn of the Dead?
I did, actually, yeah. Yeah, I was surprised. I didn't think I was going into it, but I was impressed.
Okay, well, I think we've got Barak, I believe, on the line. Hold on 1 second. Hello? 214?
Hello, I just dialed in. I'm here. I'm Barak.
Oh, hey, what's going on, dude?
What's going on? Who else is here?
Hi.
Meg Trainor, who's my co-host, is here.
Cool.
And Chris Watson.
All right.
director of Zombiegeddon and stuff. So this is Barak Epstein, who directed Prison to Go-Go and Corn Man.
That's me.
Awesome.
Yep.
Chris, have you gotten a chance to watch Prison to Go-Go?
I haven't yet. No, I've heard a lot about it, but I haven't got to see it.
I haven't seen Zombiegeddon, but I did see some stuff about it on that Make Your Own Damn Movie. Who put it out? Is it out now?
Yeah, Troma put it out.
Troma put it out, yeah.
Oh, Troma put it out. Nice.
Yeah, so I'm surprised Troma didn't put out Prison to Go-Go, or did you just go with somebody else?
He sort of wanted to, but I was actually sort of hoping for a better deal, which I ended up getting a slightly better deal, but only slightly better. But it was better, so that's what I went with.
Well,
those guys at the EI Cinema, who released the classics such as what did they release? They do all the I'm blanking on all their stuff now, but you guys have seen some of it. They do like Kinky Kong. I'm sure you guys have seen some stuff like that, and they also put out all Brett Piper's movies.
I've heard of Brett Piper, but I've never actually watched any of his stuff. So
he does a lot of stop motion animatronic old style Ray Harryhausen style monster movies.
Oh, cool.
And, yeah, so he did a Troma movie, one of Troma's classics. What's the
You're trying to remember which one it was?
Yeah, I can't. It's the dinosaur one. It's like God damn it, I'm blanking on all my
Troma
stuff.
did a.
It's a Nymphoid Barbarian and Dinosaur Hell is the one he did. It used to be. It was on their old trailer reel from the mid-90s. It was like one that was on every trailer reel. It was Nymphoid Barbarian and Dinosaur Hell. But lately he's done this movie, Bite Me, and he did this movie called Screaming Dead.
Oh, wait, Bite Me. Is that the one with Misty Monday?
Misty Monday, and that's who I can think of her name. She's in all EI's movies, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, no. So they're is that Seductions or whatever?
That's one of their brands, yeah. That's one of their brands, and and the brand that put out Prison to Go-Go was called Shako-Rama, which is one of EI's brands, which is the same company that also does the Seduction Cinema stuff, yeah.
Okay, well, explain a little bit about Prison to Go-Go for everybody. Like, what it's about.
I'm kind of new to all this stuff, so I'd like to know.
It was sort of a takeoff of the old 70s style women in prison movies. With basically we just had a bunch of smorgasbord stuff from every style of these movies. It's sort of like if you guys had ever seen anything that Jack Hill had put out in the 70s, any of the Roger Corman movies.
I saw some old Roger Corman movies, but I don't think any of the 70s ones.
Yeah, they call me for this podcast.
Hmm?
No, it's not Nathan. Sorry, guys.
It's okay.
I'm trying. I have to explain my phone call here. It's pretty late at night here for me to be making a phone call. So the wife wants to know who I'm talking to.
Well, it's late here too for all of us. So, well, except for Chris, it's 8 o'clock there, right?
Yeah, it's early.
Oh yeah, you're a Hollywooder, huh? You're big time.
Time, yeah.
What was I going to say? Anyway, so all the movies, like some of the stuff that Jack Hill put out in the 70s, like Big Dollhouse and Big Birdcage, were some of the movies that sort of inspired Prison to Go-Go. Also, some of the other Run Shaw style women in prison movies, like Bamboo House of Dolls, and some of the other Japanese ones, like Jailhouse Scorpion 41, Female Convict Scorpion, Jailhouse 41. I'm sorry. So all those, and combined with just some of the other, 70s style B-movie cliches, is what we threw in there. We also took some stuff from some of the really bad 80s women in prison movies, like Chained Heat and Cage Heat 3000, which is pretty awful. If you guys ever get a chance to watch that,
definitely have to check them out.
My favorite women in prison movie of all time is probably going to be Female Convict Scorpion, Jailhouse 41. It's sort of like if Stanley Kubrick did a women in prison movie. That's what it would end up looking like.
So your production company is called WIP?
Yeah, that was the one. It was formed specifically for the making of Prison to Go-Go.
Yeah, it was supposed to stand for women in prison, right? Pretty much.
You could go it that way, or the official title was Worldwide International Picture Studios.
Okay.
sort of sounded like Sam Arkoff's old company, American International Pictures.
Oh, okay.
So and then Roger Corman's New World Pictures. They would always come up with these crazy, extravagant long names. So I thought maybe we should have a crazy, extravagant long name, and also use a name that would also sound like Women in Prison. So we got a sort of a 2-in-1 special there with that one. So yeah, and that technically that was the only movie that was made. That and a short film under that pseudonym. Cornman, it's associated with the same website, but we didn't have that company name back then.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. So you haven't gotten a chance to watch Zombiegeddon, and Chris hasn't gotten a chance to watch Prison of Go-Go yet.
No, how did that happen? Weren't you supposed to send each of us a copy of each other's films for us to watch? Was
that in the deal?
I thought that was part of the plan.
Oh, all right.
Oh, I missed that. I think I've seen the trailer for Zombiegeddon. Can I watch it online right now while I'm talking here? Where's the trailer?
YouTube, yeah.
On YouTube. Let me get on YouTube.
Or myspace.com/wildrangeproductions.
How's it doing on Troma? How long has it been out?
It came out July 11th, I think.
Yeah.
I hear it's been doing well, but that's all I know.
Did you get any sort of compensation from Troma?
Oh,
how did you deal with? No, not just no.
No. No.
How did you do on your end?
I did. I haven't broken even, but we did get money. I'll say that. That was part of the deal that I needed to be able to make some of the money back because Prison of Go-Go started a couple of SAG actors, Rhonda Shear and Mary Warrenoff, who I did the SAG contracts that we did at the time. Pretty much mandated that they receive most of their deferment when the movie comes out, i.e. when it gets distribution. So basically, if I had sold it to a company like Troma, who was not going to pay any money, I would have to literally pay several $1,000s out of my own pocket to pay them. So I knew that wasn't going to work, which is why I had to get a slightly better than Troma deal, so I could at least pay my SAG deal. So I will say that we made about the movie cost about $30,000. We've made about 15 so far. That's about it.
So you haven't broke even yet.
We have not broken even, but the movie has been on Starz cable network since July, and EI has promised that they have some money coming from that deal. So once that comes, maybe if it lasts on Starz a little while longer, we might break even within a few years. So that's the plan, I think.
Oh, cool.
It's on demand, and it's also on the rotation, like Wednesdays at 4 a.m. I think.
Yeah. Chris, how did yours? How are you doing with the Troma? Is it just, did you have like a standard deal?
Yeah, I mean, there's the story on the I think it's on the commentary about what happened to us where we kind of got screwed in post with other companies wanting certain things that I won't get into to bore you, but basically we didn't have much choice, and it was kind of it was almost like a favor that Troma put it out.
Why? What do you mean a favor? I don't understand.
Well, there's all these different things that we couldn't provide companies that, like the company you went with wanted certain things from us. And all the ones that people typically go with, either had, trying not to name names, but had bad reps to the, like I have a lot of friends with one company who still haven't put out their movie after like 3 or 4 years.
Oh, right. Yeah. Usually, when you get that in you want to get that in your contract when a company distributes your movie that they will indeed actually release it.
Right.
That's you have to get because otherwise, I mean, Troma's been known to do that.
There's a lot that wouldn't go with that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So,
Chris, those companies you don't want to go with.
Why didn't you ask Tempe? Since you had J.R. Bookwalter in your movie.
I think we sent him a copy and never heard back. So I just assumed they didn't want it. And we also sent him Minds of Terror.
What's Minds of Terror?
It's a much smaller movie we did. We literally just spent $200 on it. And
is it a feature?
It's a feature, yeah, and it got good reviews from like the director of SLC Punk gave us a great quote and so forth, and. But it ended up it's coming out, I think it's coming out December at some point through a small company. But.
So, yeah, that's cool. I mean, hopefully, so Minds of Terror's not out yet?
No, I think it comes out in the next couple of weeks, I think.
Oh, for real? Wow. So
Who's
there
putting
you go.
that out? Trump putting that out also?
No, that's a small company called Monumental is putting that out.
Okay.
They also put out a movie comedy I did called Mob Days.
Okay, cool.
Actually, can you get Mob Days on like Amazon or something? Or
the last I heard, they were sold out.
oh wow.
I don't know if they've restocked or not. I mean, they didn't. They don't produce that many copies. It's a smaller company, but.
Nice. I will go ahead and say that I started a side project called Film Not Releasing, which was to release some real low budget stuff that no one else had released. So you can actually check out that site. We put out a couple of made in Texas movies that hadn't been released, like Irish American Ninja, which was toured the festival circuit as The Life of George McGoogle. The zombie. It's not a zombie. It's a ninja action comedy. And also another movie called Zombie Campout, which played a bunch of the fest a few years back. And if you look at the set, there's a bunch of other stuff, other movies that were other releases from Sub Rosa, who was a company that released Corn Man, bmovie.com, those guys. So if you look at that, we have tons of movies on filmnotreleasing.com. But it's some of the two that we did exclusive so far, Irish American Ninja and Zombie Campout. Have any of you guys ever heard of those by chance?
No, I own Zombie Campout actually.
Oh, you do have Zombie Campout? Nice.
Yeah, or I had it. What's really bad is it got cracked somehow.
Really?
So I feel really bad because I need another copy at some point. So I guess I'll find it when it gets released again.
It is released again.
It's out now?
Yeah, you can get it through filmnotreleasing.com, or you can get it through Amazon. Yeah.
Oh, cool, yeah. Because when I watched it, I really, really liked it, and I'm kind of mad because I looked up IMDb today and found out that Joshua Smith hasn't done anything since.
Well, Joshua Smith has partnered with me on the Film Not Releasing. That's pretty much the only thing he's done lately. So that's what we're doing. We're trying to sell movies now.
Oh, okay.
But also he's Mormon and he has lots of kids. So I think
okay.
He's got I think he's like 27. He's got 4 kids.
Wow.
Does he have a lot of wives?
No, I think he's only got one wife, as far as I know.
God, she must have been pregnant from the day, from 14. She probably must have been pregnant every single day of her life.
Yeah, maybe. She's younger than he is. I'm not sure how old she is, actually. But he might, I don't know, he might be a couple, I'm 27, so he might be a couple of years older than me. I'm not sure.
Right.
But anyway, he's also, he just finished law school, Joshua D. Smith, and he's going to be an entertainment lawyer. So.
Wow. So you're going to get him, aren't you?
Yeah,
you're
so
going to get him.
I'll have him do all my contracts for me from now on. So, yeah, no, he's a good guy. And, yeah, lately we've been working together on that Film Not Releasing thing, trying to come up with some real, movies that no one else put out, that are still decent, that are good. And we've been doing some small format releasing. Basically, our site, Amazon, filmbaby.com, a few other sites. So if anybody else is listening and they don't have a deal with anybody, feel free to send Film Not Releasing your movie, because we will check it out. And if it's anywhere halfway decent, we could put it out for you.
I'll be shooting a horror comedy in the summer, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Meg's going to be the star. That's mainly why she's the co-host, is because she wants to get into independent filmmaking and learn, the ropes a little bit.
Okay. All right.
So,
well, cool. Yeah. What are you guys going to shoot it on?
I'm hoping that we can find somebody who has 24p and shoot it on that.
Okay. Yeah,
and
I would. If you can't shoot it on an HD format, so at least HDV or something, so you can create an HD master. Because I think that they're going to start all the distributors are going to start wanting HD masters so they can make the HD DVDs.
I think that was Tempeh's new thing too. They just made a deal over there where they won't accept, I don't think, any regular DV stuff anymore or anything like that.
Yeah,
they used to.
Yeah, you should go ahead and acquire definitely on HD if you can.
Yeah, Prison of Go-Go was shot on 35 millimeter, right?
That's correct. Yeah, shot on 35 millimeter. Yeah, the whole thing. It was not finished to 35 millimeter, so it was finished to standard ASC digibeta. But it was originated on film. Yeah, 35.
That's really cool that you actually went out there and you shot a real film. Like a lot of people these days don't.
Yeah, I know. It's sort of it sounds tougher than it is really, because when it comes down to it, it's if you're going to go through all the trouble of trying to make this movie, even if you don't have much money, it doesn't cost that much more. So let's say if you don't have a camera and you're going to buy a camera, as opposed to renting a film camera and buying film. So it's sort of a trade-off. If you're going to spend, $5 or $6 or $7 grand on a camera package to buy, like a DV camera package, you could almost rent a film camera and film for that and end up with a film project. Now, of course, you don't have your camera afterwards if you shot it on, film, but you do have a product that's shot on film, and you could also have your DV camera for something else. I don't know. But, it's something that you can think about.
Well, let Joshua Smith know that if he wants to call in sometime or something and talk to me about Zombie Campout, that would be great.
No, totally. Yeah, I can give you his, you should, I don't know, he's not so big on the MySpace, but yeah, I can give you his email and his number.
Oh, he doesn't do MySpace, or?
I think he's on there, but I don't know if he's on there very often. He's got a name, but I don't know if
he actually checks it?
I don't know if he checks it, because I think I've tried to talk to him through there, and I never hear back.
But he is on your list, though? I'll see if I can add him, and then if he's on your list.
I'm not even sure if he's on my list. I'll have to look. Because like I said, he doesn't do that much on there. But I can get you his email and his number if you want.
Okay, yeah, definitely, sometime. I mean, just send it to me through my MySpace or whatever, and and give him my number.
Sure.
Yeah, that'd be great. But I'd like to have him on there. I'm gonna try to get Eric Rhodes on here at some point.
Eric Rhodes. I'm sure he'd love to do it. He's all about trying to get. He's trying to raise money for his movies. But have you seen his short?
Yeah, I saw the trailer that he did. It was incredible. It definitely looked like a comedy version of a regular Troma movie.
Which one are you talking about?
Actually, he was on my friend Joe's blog, talk radio show, promoting it before, too, so.
Promoting his short or promoting his feature?
Oh, the feature that he's trying to raise money for.
Okay, I haven't seen his trailer at all. No, I've seen his short.
The Caffeine Headache?
Yeah, well, actually, I'm sort of in it.
Oh, you're in it?
Yeah.
I gotta watch that guy. I saw it on YouTube, but I didn't get a chance to watch the whole thing, so.
Yeah, he took some of the stars from Prison to Go-Go. Several of the people from Prison to Go-Go.
I saw that. I saw that too. I looked that up on IMDb and saw that. He's used the main girl from Prison to Go-Go.
Right, Lori Walton. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I guess a few other people too, but.
Mike Wiebe, who played Dr. Ho and Corn Man, and also was the
co-writer and.
Yeah, had a bunch of stuff in Prison to Go-Go. He's also in a rock and roll band called Riverboat Gamblers.
Oh, cool. So what are they? Are they like a punk or ska?
Yeah, they're like a punk and roll type band, I suppose you'd call them. They're pretty big time actually. They're all over the satellite radio if you've been listening. But I think he's a full-time rock and roller. But they're pretty decent if you check them out. You should be able to find them in your local halfway decent record store.
Oh, cool. It's called River City Gamblers?
Riverboat.
Riverboat.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. I'll check them out. So you got a chance to work with all those people, and I'm sure you know the name, but have you ever met Joe Francis?
Joe Francis? No, I don't know him. Who's Joe Francis?
He's actually from Fort Worth, Dallas area.
Joe Francis. What's he done? How would I know?
Well, the recent movie he did in North Carolina called Survival.
Okay.
And actually, one of the producers, Survival, and one of the actors came on to talk about a movie that he's doing yesterday called Desolation that they're trying to raise money for over there. But
Survival. Cool. Okay.
So you don't know Joe Francis?
I'm looking him up on IMDb right here. I don't know him.
He's a good guy. So, he's the one who got me to do this Blog Talk radio show.
Cool.
So he's like the inspiration, I guess. And he comes on the show now and then and talks, and I come on his show now and then talk. So, I mean, he's a good guy.
The budget for this movie was raised by eBay auctions, hence the number of executive producers. Credits were sold for as little as $25 to as much as $500, known to some as the eBay movie.
Yeah, I think it was the first one to do that.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, well, I think Eric tried doing it, but didn't raise enough.
Then how much did Joe raise?
I believe how much did he raise? He barely.
No, hold on, I just found out. It's according to IMDb, he raised $1,200.
Well, that's not bad though. I mean, for something that was so low budget, you know.
Right,
he made
right.
the movie.
Sure, why not? You can make it.
Now he's just editing it, and it should be going to distributions like in 2007.
June 6, 2007. Who's putting it out? Let's see.
Does it say?
I'm looking. Date? No, that's a production company. I don't see a release company.
Yeah, I don't think they have a company yet. Like attached.
They have a release date. That's
I think that was the hope date.
The hope date. That's funny.
Yeah.
Tell him to send it to someone not releasing if he runs out of places to send it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, for $1,200, I mean, I don't know. They might want to try to get some of that money back, but I mean, since I think they have to pay back the people who they did eBay auctions for or whatever.
Yeah, right. But okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or something, you know. I mean, it would be nice if they could do that. So.
Oh, totally.
One of the guys actually, it's funny because one of the guys that he did was he had come all the way from California to act in it, you know, because the guy gave him a good amount of money, so he came to act in it, and he played me.
Oh, really?
He played my name character. So my name, if you look on IMDb, it says John Moody, played by Coleman Lanham. So.
You didn't tell me about this.
Oh, I didn't, did I?
No, you didn't.
No, I'm
this
gonna.
Like
my name is gonna be in a movie. I got really excited about it.
Jonathan Moody or just
No,
John?
just John Moody.
John,
yeah,
why don't you go with?
Tell me about this.
Why aren't you going with Jonathan?
Why am I going with Jonathan?
Why aren't you?
No. See, I am going with Jonathan, but he went with John Moody.
Well, Don, you're gonna have a mess up on IMDb. Do you have two different names on there?
Well, no, it's the character name though.
Oh, I got you.
And I haven't even done anything to get on IMDb yet, so.
Gotcha.
I could be a little jerk and do that whole buy a credit in IMDb by doing that. You know, what is it? Minute. What's that thing? Have you seen that thing on IMDb where you pay to be a producer on some kind of IMDb credit?
I have not. I haven't heard of that.
I forgot what it is. If you look, are you on IMDb?
Yeah.
Look up and go to go to Joe Francis's thing, and he's a producer.
He's a producer of what?
Of something. It's like 30-second.
Oh, the 1 second film.
The 1 second film.
What is this all about?
It's all you do is you go over there, and for some reason, I think you have to ask or something, but somehow you can get a credit on IMDb.
This is how you get a credit, just by sending them money?
But I guess just sending them a little bit of money, and then you become a producer on the 1 second film. It's just a sneaky way to get on IMDb.
That is pretty sneaky.
Yeah, and a lot of people have that one credit. That's it.
Yeah.
Because they don't go out and do anything else, so they just want a credit on IMDb. I don't know why, but that's seriously.
Okay.
But yeah, my character name, I guess, is going to be in it, and I played like the party guy, even though the guy who plays me is I think 30 or 40.
Mhm.
So it's not really me. It's just some guy playing me at a party, like throwing a party or whatever. It's kind of, you know, I'm excited to see the movie itself. You know, have you heard of it, Chris? Survival?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like they have a trailer up on YouTube for it, so if you guys want to see it, it's really like the trailer makes it look really creepy. You know, there's the teaser trailer is pretty good, and then the regular trailer that they have is pretty decent. So, I mean, I hope if they can't find any more distributors, I'll let them know about your.
Yeah, let them know.
Barak.
Let them know to send it to me. Yeah.
So what was it like doing these two movies, guys?
Go first.
What's that?
What was it like doing your movie?
For me, each one's a little bit different. Like we did Evil Ever After with Joe Bob Briggs, and it was a kind of a cakewalk compared to the rest. I guess because we had done so many by then, but it was a lot of fun. Whereas some of them are like the Zombiegeddon one was kind of torturous with all the work to do, and Slaughter Party was insane. But and like Dead in Love was a great shoot too, great cast and crew. So they can really make or break a movie. How much fun it is to make.
Were you just a producer on Mob Days, or were you
on Mob Days?
Or?
I was actually one of the stars and co-writer and second unit director and producer was the main gig, though. Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
You know, John, I just thought of something. I don't know if you should. Have you ever seen the movie Lethal Force, which just came out on DVD?
I guess not, because I haven't really seen too many. Like the latest movie I've seen on DVD is Wedding Slashers.
Well, I'm just going to put in a plug for this guy. He's this movie Lethal Force toured the festival circuit back in about 2000, 2001 with Corn Man, and it played just about every single festival Corn Man did, plus about 50 more. It played just literally every single indie festival about 5 or 6 years ago. Mm-hmm. And then the guy could never get it out on DVD for whatever reason. He tried to get it out, and he never got a deal, or something. Deals would go bad on him and everything. And it finally came out through Unearthed Films, the guys who put out Frankenhooker, last week. And I just picked up a DVD. It's a good disc, and everybody should get it because it's a solid disc. And you might consider
it's called Lethal
Force. The guy named Alvin and Karma made it, and it's the only movie he made. But it's amazing. It's on Super 16, and it's just a big action movie. It's got kung fu. It's got ninjas. It's got goons. And the guy, I mean, if you want to see a guy who just put his whole life into this movie, you should see that movie.
Definitely.
They even made action figures for the movie.
Did they?
But the only thing that they were sort of pissed at me about was they must have played 50 film festivals. I think Corn Man maybe played 20, but they were pissed because the only one they didn't get into, but they really wanted to, was South by Southwest, and I got in that year, and they were upset. They thought that I took their slot. But he played more overall. He played probably twice as many. So.
Did he really say something to you about that?
He sort of half did. He's like, I can't believe you got into South by Southwest. We were supposed to get in because South by Southwest every year puts in something just like that doesn't really fit with everything else. South by Southwest plays like Sandra Bullock movies and stuff, but they always throw in something real low budget and schlocky. And in 2001, it happened to be Corn Man.
Okay, I was wondering if you did Prison of Go-Go then, but.
Actually, Prison of Go-Go was rejected by South by Southwest. They didn't play it, even though production value's better. I think it's a little better of a movie, and they didn't play it at all. They picked something else. I guess we were sort of in that middle range where we weren't quite schlocky enough to be. Well, we were schlocky, but maybe we weren't quite low budget enough, or I don't know what it was. Didn't have near enough Sandra Bullock. I don't know what the story was, but we didn't get into South by Southwest. That was 2003. We got rejected.
If Lloyd Kaufman heard you say Sandra Bullock, he'd probably flip out.
Well, Sandra Bullock lives in Austin, so I think they have to play her movies.
For real? I think she lives there or something, or?
I think she lives there. Her and yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, and Robert Rodriguez lives there too.
Mhm. Yeah, Rodriguez. He's pretty much the community down there. Him and Linklater. They're the guys keeping that place going.
Have you actually met those guys yet?
I've not met those two guys. No. I have met Harry Knowles.
Who hasn't met Harry Knowles?
Who happens to be a fan of Corn Man, by the way. I'm not
sure well,
that's
good. That's good. He's just he's such a. From what I've understood, like, have you seen Entourage?
Yeah.
There was a scene in one of the episodes of Entourage where really Harry Knowles type character gets seduced by all these girls to give like a good review or something of one of Adrian Grenier's characters or whatever. Well, apparently a lot of people suspect that that's definitely a Harry Knowles thing that actually happened or something. Like he gave a good review because some people sent hookers up to his room. I don't know if that's actually true or whatnot, but it's kind of funny to think that some people sent hookers up to his room, and then he goes, "Oh, I better write a good review for this person." You know?
Crazy. Yeah, well, sometimes you got to do it that way.
Well, I've never really seen him do too many bad reviews, so.
Yeah, well, that's true. Good point. He never does a bad review. Also, I'll put in a plug. You should probably look at getting Bill Sebastian, who directed the movie Irish American Ninja, which is out on film, not releasing. And he also recently did a movie called Portal, the movie about a toilet from hell.
A toilet from hell?
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah, it's about this guy's toilet. He has this massive, horrible diarrhea, and it turns his toilet into a portal of hell. And it keeps sucking people in, and this demon comes out of the toilet and just like lives in the guy's apartment, and then then he falls into the toilet of hell. It's pretty amazing.
Wow, and that sounds
special. I'm not gonna lie.
It's not a feature. Otherwise, because he wants me to put it out for him. It's only like 30 minutes, but he says he's got an hour worth of supplemental material, which we can make a good full DVD with. So. But
why don't you do, if you guys could, I don't know if you take suggestions or anything, but ask if people are just doing shorts or whatever, if people have just done shorts, ask them to do like maybe a multi-disc with a bunch of other people's shorts and stuff.
It's so hard to market a multi-disc though. I don't know. It's tough for anybody to want to buy it. I don't know. It's people have tried that. I haven't, but I know people who've tried doing multi-discs and compilation discs. And look at, most of those companies don't make discs anymore. That's all I'm going to say. I think even Troma was for a while. Not counting like Brentfield and stuff. Who, Brentfield are the guys who put out like 50 movies on one DVD that you can get at Walmart. Which, by the way, they did put out a 4-pack called like Redneck Explosion that has Corn Man on it. So you guys, it's got that in a movie called Inbred Rednecks. You guys ever heard of that?
I've heard of it. I haven't seen it.
It's a Sub Rosa release, but anyway, side note. But those were all features, and they threw a bunch of features on there. For some reason, you don't see. It's tough to get people to buy shorts, even on a compilation, but I don't know. We'll try it. Portal's a good movie, and more people should see it but it's tough because he has a 15-minute version and also a 30-minute version. Anyway, he also recently shot another movie, which I think he's still editing. So he's a more prolific filmmaker than me, I would say. You should check him out. He's living in L.A. You should, Chris, you should talk to him. You should hook up. His name is Bill Sebastian.
Yeah. Okay.
What do you? By the way, what do you do out there? What do you do to get by? I'm curious. I mean, do you work? Where do you work? What do you do?
I do temp stuff mostly.
Okay.
Yeah.
On films or PA type stuff or temp like office type
like a week ago I was restocking dildos.
Okay.
And a week later I'm at a theater, so I mean I just kind of do stuff in between shoots. So.
Okay.
So whose shoots do you do, for? Is it just one certain person, or do you do your own movies?
I mostly do my own stuff. I've went and worked on Dorm of the Dead for Donald Farmer and for the LA part of that with Tiffany Shepis in it. And I've done a few of those like that, but I'll do them for people I know, but or pay, but. I've got 3 lined up for next year already, so it's going to be a busy time. It's kind of hard to balance paying the rent and doing the shoots at the same time.
Right. So you got to find work that's paid work.
Yeah.
I mean, you can only do the freebie work so long.
Right. And I've started. I won't. I used to do movies for whatever and put my own money into it, which I don't do anymore.
Exactly. I'm the same way now. Yeah, I can't. Yeah. You just can't do it. After a while, you got to draw the line, and you got to say, hey, I can't spend all my own money on this movie. It's not feasible. It's not feasible to
You need to find investors.
Totally. Prison to Go-Go was spent. Some of it was investors, but some of it I had to spend some of my own money, and I was like, man, we can't do this anymore. So. And
a lot of them, if you do a good job, they'll give you money. Even Troma's finance stuff for me. So.
Well, that's good news. That's good.
It happens if you make them money. You make them enough money, they'll give you money for stuff.
Well, that's good. So you, which one did they finance for you?
They did Slaughter Party, and we're talking about doing another one.
Cool. I actually own Slaughter Party as well, so.
I'm sorry about that one.
Yeah, well, actually, to be honest, I own Zombiegeddon, but my friend copied from Netflix
Slaughter Party.
Well, no, Slaughter Party's got a 5.3 rating. I'm just looking it on. It's got a pretty good rating.
Yeah, well, IMDb is stupid, and if you haven't figured out how to rig IMDb yet, it's pretty easy. So.
Is that what you guys did, just to get people?
We actually went over it. I think they cut it out of the Zombiegeddon DVD because there was a big thing where the movie wasn't even finished yet, and it had like 200 votes on IMDb.
Really?
And it was down to like under a 2 at that time. And we actually went through on I think it was my interview, Roush, who produces a lot of these with me, and I went through how to rig IMDb so you can. And if you go into, like, I know my friend at, if you guys know Alan Richards, he runs a site called Be Independent. He's got a guy on there now who's trying to figure out why he got like 30, 41 votes and his movie's not been shown to anyone yet.
So how did that happen?
I mean,
so somebody...
it's pretty easy. They claim you can go under, that they track you by IP address, but all you have to do is kind of clear out the
but you have to sign in. You have to sign in by your name, though.
Well, you can go under multiple emails, and you can, like, Yahoo, Hotmail, very easy to...
A lot of work.
5 minutes. It is, but people do it. They're kind of weird, but that's the way it works, so...
I mean, yeah, you got to... I guess you could do it. Make an IMDb account under all 6 of your emails, and then get your... I mean, you can only have so many email addresses.
It seems to work for lowering a rating, but...
Why would somebody do all that much work just to lower somebody's rating? That seems kind of... You got to sign in, you got to sign out. It sounds like it would take me 20 minutes to give you 5 back. It
does. We actually had... we kept track of the one on Zombiegeddon for a while, and there was actually a new one rating every day, and it wasn't even done yet.
So who was doing that?
Went in every day. We think it was, it's all assumptions at this point, but there were a couple people that my co-producer pissed off that... more than likely was doing it. But it's all assumption.
Gotcha. Now, who's this
There's
Fred
a lot
Rosenberg?
of those people talking about it.
You were a producer on Slaughter Party, and then Fred Rosenberg is the guy who directed it, it looks like? Who's that? Or are you that your pseudonym, or what?
That's a friend of mine from Kansas. We just kind of stuck his name on there as a joke. But
so he didn't direct it? You didn't want the
No, on that one, it's a long story about basically a guy went home, is the legal answer to give. A guy went home with all our effects and so forth and props.
Gotcha.
So we kind of divvied up we had already signed the contracts. We divvied up the directing and sent different people to different places and got it done. That's all I can say for it.
Okay.
That's the only one I'm not happy with. The rest of them are really, or at least fun, if nothing else.
So Troma ended up releasing it, looks like. So it's
yeah, and it got on like pay-per-view and so forth. It's crazy, but
that's good.
Hey, John.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, I really hate to do this, but I have to go because I have swim practice at like 6 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And
well, I guess you gotta say goodbye and whatnot. We're not going to, but
All right. Well,
yes.
you guys have fun talking. I'm gonna go to bed, but yeah, I'll talk to you next probably online tomorrow.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
So see you
Bye,
guys.
Meg.
Bye.
Bye.
Now, what kind of practice does she have at 6 a.m.?
Swim practice.
Oh, swim practice. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, she's and she's really sore from doing butterflies.
Gotcha.
All day today, so it wasn't probably the best day to have her back, but she wanted to come back and say hello and kind of do the show for a little bit.
She's an actress, is that what you said?
Yeah, she's an actress in my stuff. Like, we tried to do this feature that just fell through because we tried to do a short, and then that fell through first this past summer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then I had this, like, notion, oh, well, if I can't do a short, let me do a feature for some stupid reason. And that fell through. And we got the trailer, and we put it up on YouTube, and we were excited. We thought we were going to finish it, and she went back up to New York to do school, and everybody else, kind of went on to do other stuff. So, and then most of the people are going to be back for the movie we're doing this summer, but hopefully we'll have a lot more preparation and actual budget.
Excellent.
We're shooting for about $5,000.
Okay.
And hopefully asking around for director of photography. So if anybody's listening and is a DP, just let me know.
In what town? In what city?
It's I'm in Williamsburg, but if people are willing to travel, I can compensate for them if I can.
Gotcha. Hey, Chris, question. How would the actors that you had that were sort of named? Did you do SAG deals with them, or how did you work out with them?
On the only one I've done SAG on Mob Days and Dead in Love, which are both the comedies.
Okay.
The rest I have always gone non-SAG.
So these actors like Robert Jazar and Tom Savini and Joe Estevez, they were okay with not going SAG?
Well, some of those guys, I don't know Savini well enough. I mean, I met him for like 30 minutes and shot him out, but the other guys are what you call financial core, which you can work non-SAG or SAG.
I'm guessing Tom has to have that, or he wouldn't have been able to do that movie.
I would imagine he does a lot of low-budget stuff. Stuff like Grindhouse. So.
And what is it? What was it called that you said that they?
It's financial core. There's a lot of those guys. They try and keep it kind of secret, but.
And that's what SAG calls it, financial core.
Financial core, yeah. There's a lot of there's bigger actors like John Voight, Charlton Heston are well-known financial core actors, and then there's like smaller guys who, and it's mostly for the most part guys who are desperate for work, need to work, so.
Sure.
And get a lot of work in low budget, because both Joe and Bob are kind of go between Maniac Cop and Tango and Cash, but then they also do their Zombiegeddons and so forth. So.
But these guys they all got paid. They didn't get deferred. They got paid when they were in your movie.
On that one, yeah, everybody got paid. Yeah.
So how much did you have to are you able to say how much you actually had to pay these actors, or?
Just out of respect to the actors,
Oh, okay. Well, I thought some people might want to.
I used to go tell everybody that because we always want to know how much certain people get paid, but then I got in trouble with some actors. So.
Oh, okay. So they definitely don't want you to tell them that. Okay.
Well, can you go ahead and tell us how you went about contacting everybody and getting everybody involved?
Sure. Is there a specific one?
Well, go with
Robert Zadar.
Let's go Robert Jazar. Give me Robert Jazar and give me Joe Estevez.
Sure.
Give me those two.
Those two are easy because Zadar was on Mob Days, my first movie I was involved with.
Okay.
He had met my photographer somewhere, so that was kind of a chance thing.
So you knew.
And then Bobby came in, did the movie, and we were looking for an attorney, a drunk attorney, and he kept talking about Joe Estevez, so we just asked him if he could hook us up, and so he just called up Joe, and Joe was down there next week.
So you somehow gotta be able to you sort of network with somebody who knew somebody, and that's how you got these people in the movie.
In some cases, yeah. I mean, that's when I started out, I didn't know too many of them. Then, you start doing conventions and you meet a few of them, and then on Zombiegeddon, I had the main guy actually in the movie, Ariba Bell, was a very avid horror fan. So I would just have him online and ask him who a lot of these people even were, and would track down the people that he suggested through emails and so forth. And some of them I found, like William Smith, I was a big fan of, who I knew was friends with Joe and Bob, so that was easy. And Brink, I had met at conventions and so forth. So.
Oh, yeah, Brink Stevens, and then you've got Leanna Quigley, right? Looks like.
Yeah. Which she just happened to be in, of all places, Kansas, filming another movie.
Oh.
I needed her, so.
Wow. So that was luck, right?
Yeah, that one was very lucky. Yeah.
So you got a lot of big name, B-movie stars in your movie. It's pretty impressive.
You got also, you got J.R. Bookwalter and Lloyd Kaufman, and I just think that's really funny to have both of those guys who I've heard that they're not, they're in competition with each other, so they're not, from what I understand, they're not really friends,
I don't know. I know J.R. seemed to talk highly about Lloyd whenever.
Oh, for real?
Whenever I heard about it, but and Lloyd. I've never heard him say anything bad about JR, but both of them are great to work with, and I know JR was always nervous about his performance, whereas Lloyd was more than excited to be performing. So.
Okay, that's cool. So I heard you're also a fan of The Janitor, the movie The Janitor, Chris.
Oh yeah, it was great. A great movie. I thought they did an excellent job of not only making something that was well written, but entertaining at the same time. Which a lot of them either are just a little bit entertaining or really poorly written. And I just thought you could see them having a blast almost on set. And
have you met them yet, or?
I haven't. I've seen them around. They really promote that movie. I've seen them at like conventions, handing out postcards and so forth. But
you haven't gone up
to them
and said, "Hey"?
Yeah, who released that?
I forgot who it was. Was it
Elite? I think.
Yeah, it was Elite. It was Elite Entertainment.
Elite. Yeah, Elite's a good company. Yeah.
Actually, some people I know aren't really big fans of Elite, but then like I don't know if one of my friends is, but I showed him the Janitor, and he was laughing his ass off. So
yeah,
I'm guessing that there's got to be some, some people aren't going to like some of the stuff that Elite puts out, but, I was, I was impressed by the Janitor. I was kind of mad that, I didn't get in touch with, like Barak. I didn't talk to you or Chris. I haven't talked to you guys until, Chris, you talked to me yesterday to remind me. I was just, because I've been doing all these shows right now. I had, Andy Milanakis on one, and I had, my friend Chris Rufty just came on yesterday, so, I've just been running around, and I'm like, oh gosh, I gotta keep reminding people that their shows are coming up.
Yeah, that's good to remind people. Oh, Elite put out Don't Mess With My Sister and I Spit On Your Grave. Yeah, so they got some pretty big stuff. They got the Mayor Zahi films, yeah.
I Spit On Your Grave I've never actually watched, but I've heard.
And then the other movie that guy made was called Don't Mess With My Sister, which is it's classic. You gotta see it. It's like
what's it called?
It's called Don't Mess With My Sister.
Don't Mess With My Sister.
Yeah, it's a good movie. It looks like Elite put it out. I'm just looking on their site. Oh, they have The Howling 3, which is actually not good. But
well, you gotta take what you gotta take. Take the good with the bad.
Yeah. Oh, Popcorn. Popcorn's a good movie.
Oh, Popcorn is, but I've never seen it on DVD.
Oh, it looks like Elite's got it. Elite's got some good stuff.
Really, Elite's got it on DVD though?
I'm looking at it right now. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, I'll have to Netflix that if I can.
Ooh, Monstered. I've heard of Monstered. I've never seen it though. Sorry. And Toby Hooper's Eaten Alive. Yeah, Elite's big time. Anyway.
Yeah, Toby Hooper. We were talking about him last night, and I'm a huge fan of Toby from Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Funhouse and all those flicks. But have you guys been watching his newest stuff?
What any good?
Well, the ones he's doing, because he's actually, since Crocodile, the movie Crocodile he put out,
yeah.
Since then he did a movie with the same writers. He did two of them. He did the Toolbox Murders and Mortuary.
Yeah.
And have you guys seen those?
I've heard of the Toolbox Murders. That's about it.
Chris, have you seen them?
No, I haven't. No.
They're really decent for they're Toby Hooper, so they're kind of cheesy in a way, but they're still a lot of fun, So definitely, I would say if you're gonna rent anything, rent Mortuary first, because that's the newest one, and it's actually a really good, decent, scare fest.
Nice.
Yeah, and it's good to actually see somebody who knows how to scare people, but not try to be like all gory and nasty the whole time just to be like that, He actually has he usually has a lot of good characters, and it's usually more subtle and eerie. So
hey, you know who else you might want to get is another a Texas filmmaker named Clay Lyford, who made a feature. It's very similar to Creep Show called A Four-Course Meal, which is four short films put together with a story around them. It's very Creep Show-esque. It's got all sorts of good stuff. Most of it's shot on film, and it's got some of the actors who were in Prison to Go-Go, but it also has some people like Mojo Nixon, who you guys know Mojo Nixon, right?
No.
No, well, he's a
is he another Texas filmmaker or
no? Mojo Nixon. He's a rock and roll. He's a rockabilly guy. He also did some stuff with. He was in Super Mario Brothers. He's an actor, and he's a rock and roll guy. He put out some records with Jello Biafra. You guys know Jello Biafra?
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
Dead Kennedys, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So anyway, he's a big music star who's also been in some movies. But you might movie called it's called the Four Course Meal. He also did a lot of work on this movie that just came out called Serum, which is another horror movie shot on Super 16. So anyway, he's another active local guy who you could check out.
I'm looking at Eric Rhodes was in Four Course Meal.
Right, Eric Rhodes has a cameo.
As a scientist.
As a scientist, he's a cameo as a scientist. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean,
Four Course Meal is a real well-made movie. It's you should check it out. It's good.
Yeah, definitely.
Got Grant James, who was also in Tombstone.
So yeah, I'll definitely try to check it out. You said it's out, so.
Actually, it's not out.
Oh, okay.
So you'd have to ask him for a screener, which he can give you. He's actually in some sort of weird limbo with it because they're talking about making part of it into a bigger feature. So he's in a weird limbo with about getting it that part of the movie distributed. But we might, Film Out might put it out, or somebody else might put it out. I've been talking to him about trying to send it out to some other places. But
I mean, does he have a contract with the other people?
It's kind of vague. He's got something where like the story, one of the four stories in his film is the story itself is under contract with another company because they are trying to develop it into a feature, and I think they're holding the release of the whole movie because of the story of one of the stories. So it's a screwy contract that I wish he wouldn't have done, but if he can get out of it, he should get this movie out.
And definitely, that sounds like it'll be a good movie.
Yeah, it's called Four Course Meal. I wonder if I think there's a trailer online somewhere.
Like probably YouTube.
Yeah, check YouTube. Or who banged on the door? Oh.
Actually, they say they have an official site, so.
Yeah, look on the official site. Is there a trailer?
Let me see. My computer's being slow, so I got way too many stuff on here.
Yeah.
fourcoursemeal.com. So anybody want to look at this? Whoa, this looks really cool. This looks like a pulp.
Yeah, it's really cool. I mean, it's just like Creepshow. Yeah. Yeah, there's a trailer on there. You guys should check it out. Four Course Meal. Yeah. I did some work on it.
Yeah, there's a couple trailers actually.
Yeah.
Or it says that there. Oh, it's just okay. It's one trailer, but you got two different sizes.
It's all four versions are shot on different things. One of them is shot like a silent film, shot on some really grainy black and white 16 millimeter, and one of them shot on color 16. One of them shot HD Varicam. So they're all different styles of shooting actually, which makes it kind of cool. But and there's some really good makeup effects in it as well.
Do you know who did the makeup effects?
A guy. What's the guy's name? He's a Texas guy. Off the top of my head, I can't remember his name, but he's real good. He mostly does. He works in the prop making business, and he does like billboards and stuff. Like he works on like those Chick-fil-A billboards that have the cows on them and stuff. You've seen those, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen plenty of those.
Yeah. So that's how he makes his living. He doesn't do as much films, and I know he does a lot of haunted houses and stuff, but he doesn't do films because they don't pay the bills, you know.
Is there makeup effects? Because I only see digital effects.
There's tons of makeup effects. And the main site, look at that monster. You see, can you see the monster on the main site?
Go back.
There's an animated GIF of it, and then you can see on the lower site that monster licking the guy.
Yeah. That's creepy.
That's some of the. I mean, he's got this big, crazy, long, animatronic. It's not quite animatronic, but it's an effect tongue. It's quite a good movie. Quite a good effects. So, Chris, how did you do the effects on your phone?
Each one we've had like different people doing them, and like the new one, Mike Tristano's supposed to do it.
Okay.
He's a big effects guy.
He's a big effects guy. He works on a lot of stuff.
Yeah, he's got big credits. He shouldn't be doing our movie, but
yeah. That's good. That's good when you have somebody involved like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Speaking of special makeup effects and stuff, I've got tomorrow we're going to be talking to Ricky Lee Leonard, who did makeup effects for Survival, and his new one is Yukijin from Outer Space, some movie done in Orlando.
Okay.
And he's going to be talking with Trent Haga.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and actually Chris Rufty, who is going to talk tomorrow night with
Trent too, and Chris was the one who came on yesterday, and they're going to talk a little bit about Desolation and that they're trying to get financing for. So hopefully somebody will listen and give them money. That's the point right now, is trying to get people out there and trying to get the independent word out. I'm hoping.
Yeah, hopefully people are listening. Yeah.
I mean, we seem to be doing good, especially on our archive section. So, people seem to be listening.
Excellent.
So hopefully somebody will check it out and tell somebody, and people will spread word around. And you can check out his MySpace, which is myspace.com/desolationmovie, and check that out and see the trailer, which is pretty damn good. Actually, it's like 8 minutes long. It's like more of a short, but done like as in a trailer, just kind of try to show people what they can do.
And who's this guy? He's gonna be on tomorrow.
Well, he's gonna be on tomorrow again, but he was on last night's thing, and then he was with, but Trent Haga is the star of that. Actually, you worked with Trent, Chris.
Yeah.
Was he a blast to work with?
Yeah, he wasn't there very long, but he just kind of came in and did his thing. But yeah, he was cool.
I mean, he came. Did he do it in Kansas or?
Actually, I came out here for Dragon Fest, which is now defunct. But he just came over to the guy's place I was crashing at, and we shot it with Casey Lauer, who ended up doing Slaughter Party with us. So.
And how did you get? Because you got Yui Bowl.
Yui Bowl.
The introduction.
Yeah. He's such a talented director. I really wanted to have him involved, but no, he's a super nice guy.
Yeah. Does he know? Like, does he make jokes about his movies? Like, kind of. Like,
I don't think so. I mean, the times I haven't talked to him. I haven't talked to him in a long time, but he always seemed to be thinking he was making art or something.
No, you should read. There's a really, really good article about the big boxing match that they did.
Oh yeah.
In the New Wired magazine. It's really good. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, definitely. Because I always thought that was really silly that he would actually, he would do that. That he would actually try to box his fans or critics.
It's a genius publicity stunt.
No, yeah, totally. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he beat the crap out of him.
I heard he knocked somebody so hard that they said that they actually liked his movies.
Yeah, that was one of the guys said, he decided he didn't think he's not so bad anymore. He likes him now.
I think Yui hit him so hard he brain damaged him.
You should try to get Yui Bowl on this show.
I don't know how I can, because I don't think he has a MySpace.
Well, hold on, Chris knows him.
Yeah,
Chris has met him.
Yeah, I can give you the contact I used to have. I don't know if it still works, but.
Oh, for real? I mean, I thought you had met him at a convention or something.
No, as far as I know, I think he's doing his first convention or something coming up. But he had somebody. Somehow I got his email and emailed him, and he was doing. He was actually trying to get Christian Slater to do the little bit with him at the time, which is really weird. But they didn't show up.
Would Christian Slater have been able to do it, like the little introduction?
He shouldn't have done it, but Ball seemed to want him to do it. I think he was a little nervous about acting, but
that would have been so cool to have Christian Slater. I mean, right there you would have had, I'm sure Christian Slater fans would be like, well, I don't like horror movies, but, it's got Christian Slater in it for, a minute.
Yeah, I think it works better just with Ball, though.
Yeah, no, it was great. It's a great introduction. It's kind of funny. Well, Brock, you haven't seen it, but it pretty much just says, they just kind of say, what was the exact line, do you know? They say Yui Bowl in the, to begin with when they're explaining.
Yeah, there's a warning thing that Uwe Boll and these retard doctors are recommending you don't watch the movie, and then it cuts to Uwe Boll actually saying, don't watch this movie, it's awful, Chris Watson should be shot, and whatever. So forth, and then it cuts to Trent Haga interviewing a retard doctor. And so, the joke was obviously retard doctors and Uwe Boll, no film, better than anybody.
I would go with that totally. Yeah.
I mean, that was a great introduction, I thought. So it was kind of cool that you got all these people in this like small little, what originally was small, and I guess got bigger and bigger once. I mean, once you got it out there. Do you know how much the budget was, pretty much, at the end of Zombiegeddon?
10,000. A little bit under 10,000, about 200 under.
Oh, right. Wow, for real?
Yeah.
It seems like it's so much more epic and such more, more costly.
Oh, well, thank you. We cut out a lot, too. This is what sucks, because a lot of stuff didn't get seen. But, yeah.
And why didn't you put those, did you put those on as deleted scenes, or?
It has some of them, but there were some problems with some of it, and one person we just didn't like, so we completely cut them out of the movie and so forth. So.
Oh, that's funny. I mean,
but you can hear and Roush's interview on the DVD about that one.
I think I heard that a while ago, but I can't remember exactly what he was saying. But yeah, that's cool. I mean, I liked all the supplemental material.
Yeah.
There was a lot of it there. So, and there was a lot on your Prison of Go-Go too, as well, Barak. Like a lot of.
Yeah. The big thing they did was they did that thing at the Shako Go-Go Orama Film Festival a few years ago. They did a 5-minute bit, and they went around and the Prison of Go-Go screened there. It was like a 24-hour film festival, and Roger Corman was there, Mary Warrenoff was there.
Yeah, I was listening to today. I was listening to the Roger Corman one, and I was just like, this is just. I mean, it's kind of funny, but the thing, I mean, kind of fun, like to hear all this cool stuff about him, but. Mm-hmm. He's not much of a public speaker, I don't think he's.
Yeah, sort of, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's just kind of, like, he knows what to say and he knows how to say it, but he seems, like, very calm and relaxed and just not as enthusiastic as, somebody like you when you were doing your interview. I don't know. It's just.
I really, at the time when we were making Prison of Go-Go, I really wanted New World Pictures, Corman's company, to distribute it. And all throughout the production, I was trying to get in contact with them. I went out to AFM to try to meet with them to show them stuff for it, and they kept saying they didn't want to do it, and I don't know why, but I kept thinking that since Mary Warrenoff was in it, and she was in all their movies in the 70s, that they'd want it. And it was a women in prison movie, but I was never able to actually talk to Roger. I always had to talk to one of the other cronies who was basically just like, well, we don't put out movies like this anymore. We put out. No one's ever heard of anything they've put out lately, I mean, they don't put out anything anybody wants to watch. But,
yeah, I mean, because I see, like, they have a lot of movies on IMDb that, like, are coming out, and I've never heard of any of them.
I mean, they're all pretty well made, honestly. They make these, I mean, they're all 35 millimeter, pretty big productions, but they're not fun. They're just kind of crap. Anyway, I would have thought if I was able to speak with Corman, I could tell him that he should read.
So you didn't get to meet him at that festival?
I did. No, I did get to meet him. I finally got to meet him, but I was already I already had to deal with EI at that time.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Damn.
And I was he wouldn't have done anything anyway. I mean, I talked to him, but he's pretty far removed from the day-to-day operations, I think, of the company.
Even though he puts his name as executive producer for all of them.
I think he's pretty much emeritus style. I mean he's involved by title, but I get a feeling
like Stan Lee.
Yeah, I mean seriously, if you go see New World's New Concord's booth at AFM, Corman's not involved in the business. He's the figurehead, and but he's getting old. What do you want to do?
Yeah, exactly. And it happens.
Indeed, yeah. But,
and oh man, that's so awful. I just read that that they're doing a remake of Death Race 3000 or whatever.
Mhm.
I mean, and Paul W.S. Anderson is directing.
They got the wrong Paul Anderson directing.
Well, that the other Paul Anderson is not his type. I would not want P.T. Anderson directing Death Race 3000. It's just no, wouldn't happen. But
I don't know. I'd rather have Paul W.S. Anderson than Uwe Boll, I think.
Right. Exactly. I mean, he wouldn't have been doing it though because it's not a video game.
Mm.
That's all he seems to be doing is video games.
Well, I hate to say it, but I'm a pretty big fan of both of the Resident Evil movies. The Resident Evil sequel was very John Carpenter-esque. I thought it was great.
Well, actually, I can't even say that really because I actually like the first Mortal Kombat.
Oh, right.
I'm a sucker for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and Paul W.S. Anderson did it, so I can't, it just, it almost seemed like anybody could have made that movie, though. It was more in the writing than it seemed. He didn't seem like he did too much stuff with the directing that you could tell, oh my gosh, that's, like I think a lot of film directors in Hollywood these days just don't, they don't necessarily, you can't tell their unique style. There's people like Quentin Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez, you could probably tell their style, but people like Paul W.S. Anderson, nobody would know that it was his movie, I mean, but Uwe Boll, you could tell.
You think?
I think so. Well, at least, if he kept with that style that he did with the House of the Dead, showing the scenes of the video game, I don't think he kept that style because I saw Blood Rain the other day, which wasn't that bad. Have you guys seen that yet?
I have not. I'm not planning to either.
You really? Chris, you haven't seen it or you have?
I have, yeah. I would not miss a Dr. Boll movie.
You wouldn't miss a Uwe Boll movie? Oh, gosh.
What he said.
Wow. Yeah. The best performance by Michael Madsen in his career.
Is in what movie?
Blood Rain, yeah. That death scene, brilliant.
Really?
The death scene?
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember.
There. He gets stabbed and he doesn't move. He just looks at him.
Well, great. I guess you can't argue with that.
Yeah, and who is the main girl? Was it Christina Loken or?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she didn't do a bad job.
Yeah,
I mean, her acting was better than her performance in T3.
Yeah.
At least in my opinion. So, at least they gave her, lines, and actually let her try to act instead of try to be a ripoff of T, 1000. I mean, didn't you guys seen T3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys think that her performance was just trying to mimic Robert Patrick?
Pretty much, yeah. But I think that was what they were going for.
I know, but I mean, come on now. They could have done something else.
Yeah.
I don't think she was a T1000 anyway. So why mimic? They could have tried to make her be like, the T101.
There you go. Good point. You should write her a letter.
I will. I will write. I'll write a letter to not to her because she doesn't accept fan mails.
Right.
But I'll write a letter to whoever the director of that piece of crap was. But and write a letter to Uwe Boll telling him to keep getting Christine Loken his movies if he can afford it.
Indeed.
She's in Dungeon Seat, I believe too.
Is she?
Yeah.
So she's gonna be in another one?
Another Uwe Boll movie, yeah.
Wow. Well, there you go. I guess he's found. He's found his starlet.
There you go.
Well, I think we're gonna have to wrap this up. We've gone on for a little while, whatnot. And did you guys have fun?
Oh yeah, totally.
And you got a lot of pimping out, Barak.
Yeah, well, that's my plan. I make sure I get some pimping out. Everybody go to filmoutReleasing.com, WIPstudios.com.
So it's called Film Not Releasing?
Film Out Releasing. It's called Film Out Releasing.
Film Out, okay.
Film Out Releasing, and all the films there are available through there or through filmbaby.com or Amazon. You guys use Filmbaby? It's a pretty good service. I don't know, Chris, have you used that? Have you seen it? It's a pretty good outlet. It's the same company that formed from CD Baby for all the indie bands. And then you should also check out some of those filmmakers I mentioned because they'd love to get on this show and pimp their stuff as well. So.
Yeah, dude. If I can get in touch with some of those guys, I'd love to have them come on. I mean, that's pretty much what this show's about. It's just like what we're doing, what I'm going to do with Trent Haga and them tomorrow. Just kind of going around talking about people, and then pop culture references and topics.
Yeah, and Trent, a lot of Trent Haga's stuff is also through EI, the guys who put out Prisoner Go-Go. He wrote Feeding the Masses, and he's in a movie called...
Yeah, I have Feeding the Masses. I didn't know that was EI.
That's EI. It's Stockorama. It's the same company.
Oh, okay. Yeah, those are sub, right?
Yeah, that's what Prison of Go-Go's under. And also Suburban Nightmare, which is directed by John Tees, who's actually, if you could get him, he'd be really good for your show. He's a very
I think
prolific.
he's on my MySpace. I'll have to try to get him on because he just did a movie with Dominic Swain, and I'm jealous.
Mhm. He did movies, and recently he did a movie with Edward Furlong and Michael Madsen and Arnold.
And Trent Haga.
And Trent Haga, yeah.
Yeah.
So he started off doing real small stuff like
American Nightmare,
American Nightmare and
Suburban
Nightmare and whatnot. But now he's really, I mean, that guy. He's working. I'm sure he probably doesn't have to. You know, he's a working filmmaker. So.
He doesn't really have to come and pimp his stuff out, but I think he's. I mean, I think he'd enjoy it at least to try to get on and do something else. You know.
I think you should get him. Yeah.
If I can, I'll MySpace him and ask him because I think I've talked to him before and said I was a fan.
Cool.
And why not? And actually, I've been trying to rent and watch. There's a movie that he did called Hallows End that.
I have Hallows End. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah.
Well, like the concept was from Buffy.
Right.
Did you know this?
You know, totally. It is.
It's a rip-off of Buffy, and I'm like, I kind of got mad when I heard that, but then I was like, you know what? You know, an hour and a half. You know.
Yeah. It's not bad.
Have you seen that, Chris? Hallows End?
No, I haven't. No.
Gosh, we're telling you all these movies you gotta check out if you ever get time and you know whatnot.
Bill Sebastian, who I mentioned, it was the filmmaker who did Portal and Irish American Ninja. He's a star of Hallows End.
Is he?
He's not the main star, but he's one of the stars of Hallows End. Yeah, he's also an actor. So.
Wow, that's really cool. Yeah, I'll definitely have to check that out because you know it's at my video store, and I've rented it a couple times and just never got a chance to watch it. So probably got a couple late fees too. So.
Hey, were you able to get Corn Man off Netflix?
Not yet. My Netflix queue's right now like way too, you know. But I think it's on my next list. I've got like right now I've got Ozone, Severe Injuries, and Prison of Go-Go.
Okay.
So,
on the list of coming to you?
No, already here.
Oh, gotcha.
So after I send this back out, I'll I'll definitely try to get Corn Man and check it out because I've heard people joke about it I guess on the Make Your Own Damn Movie thing. When they were just saying this stuff about Lloyd being cut out. So
Lloyd is cut out, but he's on the extras.
Oh, for real?
He was a late addition anyway. He was a late addition. He was only in the movie for a couple of months.
For a couple of months?
Well, no, he wasn't in it. It screened without him in it, and then we added him, and it screened a couple times with him in it, and then we cut it out. So, and then it started screening without him. So he wasn't in it for very long. He was only in it at the time because I thought that he was the only person I knew who was somebody at the time who I thought would help sell the movie. But then afterwards he started, he's in every movie. I'm like, well, this isn't going to help me. So and then somehow he's in Prison of Go-Go also, even though I didn't even ask him to be in Prison of Go-Go. He called me. That was weird.
Lloyd?
Yeah.
He was like, you're doing another movie. I want to be in it, and this time don't cut me out.
Yeah. That's pretty much exactly how the conversation went. And I didn't. He's in it. I didn't cut him out of Prison of Go-Go. He's in it. So.
That's cool. Yeah, it's funny. Did you guys both, since you guys were both on the Make Your Own Damn Movie box set, which, I love to death, but did you guys get it for free, or did he send it to you guys?
I did get 2 copies for free, yeah. Did you get 2 copies, Chris?
I got a copy.
You got a copy? I think I asked. I think they were going to send me one, and I asked for another one. Go email them and tell them Barak got 2 and you want 2.
I only need 1. I'm good.
Do you guys watch that? Like, sometimes whenever you're just perusing
I only watched it when I got it, pretty much, and I think I've lent it out since then, so I don't even know where my 2 copies are. But
you
but I remember
showing people what like you're on this like disc.
Yeah, no, I did watch Chris's segment. That's how I'm familiar with his film. So, yeah.
Chris, did you get a chance to watch the Prison of Go-Go?
I remember the extra on the Make Your Own Damn Movie set, yeah. Was, I remember the SAG story specifically.
The SAG story?
Yeah, I think that was you. Maybe it was some. Well, yeah, about how you had to sell it for a certain amount or whatever.
Oh, the SAG story, right. The SAG story. Yeah. I thought you said the SAG story. Okay, yeah. Gotcha. Yeah.
Well, explain that so viewers or listeners that will understand what you guys were talking about right there.
Well, actually, I could explain it, but it actually doesn't apply anymore because they got rid of that contract. It was called the experimental film contract, which meant that if your movie was under a certain budget, which was $75,000 at the time, it had to be under that, and your actors could work for however much they would work for, and then up from that, you would have to pay them their day rate, the minimum day rate, which was $750 days, the minimum day rate for a SAG actor. At a few years ago, it was anyway. So whatever you paid them, you had to go back and eventually pay them the deferment of that for every day that they worked, plus all their expenses and whatnot. So we paid them a certain amount, but then we had to go back and pay them more to meet the SAG requirement after the movie got sold.
So did you have to get like Rhonda Shear and all of them and Mira Warnoff? Did you have to actually pay them a good amount, or?
I had to pay them something. Yeah, we paid them what we could, and
okay.
And they took that, and then they also got money later when the movie was sold and came out on DVD.
Did you have to pay for them like to house them and to
yeah, of course, yeah,
room and board and the plane tickets and stuff like that?
Of course, yeah.
Because like I'm trying to get actually one of the stars that's going to be in the movie that I'm going to be doing. I'm trying to work with Canadian film actor and director Brett Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen any of his work, like The Feral Man or his new one, My Dead Girlfriend?
No, I haven't.
He's done some good ones. He did like Bone Setter and a few other like movies that he directed that he acted in, and and whatnot. And he's got a new movie called Pray for the Beast, and whatnot. And he's doing all these movies. And we started talking on MySpace, and I own The Feral Man, which I love. And I asked him if he wanted to be in my movie, and all he's asking for is pretty much just room and board and a plane ticket.
Yeah, so put him up in a nice place and get him a plane ticket.
Definitely. I'll put him wherever. Well, I live in Williamsburg, Virginia, right? So if you understand that that's tourist capital of the world, Colonial Williamsburg and stuff.
I haven't been there, sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. I don't blame you for not going there. It's got Busch Gardens and it's got all that fun stuff, but we're shooting it there, and so I'll try to find whatever the nicest place and put him up there, and probably put Lloyd up if he needs to do that. But I've got a really awesome character that I want Lloyd to be, so
great.
Hopefully if I can get in touch with Lloyd, I'm sure I can,
Yeah, I'm sure you can.
Yeah, so I'm going to try to get him to have a little part, and he'll have a significant part, actually. And it's kind of gets on my nerves sometimes because, actually, you know what? It's funny, Chris, he's going to, like the character I want him to play, I've been starting writing it out, and he's going to play a janitor.
Nice.
Excellent.
Yeah, so it was kind of an homage to you, I guess, because I was thinking of you put him as a janitor, and that would be the perfect character for him in my next one. So, yeah, I'm excited. So hopefully I've already started writing it today, and I've gotten about 12 pages done, which will probably be 12 pages of crap,
Well, yeah, just keep it going,
Right,
do that for 6 more days and you'll be done.
Well, I'll be done the first draft, and then I'll probably burn it, and then try to, do something to kind of rework it or whatever.
Gotcha.
How hard was it for you guys to write your movies?
To rate?
To write.
Oh, to write. Yeah, it's tough. I mean, it was co-written. Prisoner of Go was co-written by 2 people, so it was easier to do it that way. Basically, you brainstorm and then go back and come up with ideas and put it down on paper. But I haven't been able to write anything lately, so I don't know. What about you, Chris?
The ones that are better are we spend a lot of time on them. So I mean, just trading ideas, because I mean the hard thing anymore is coming up with something original. And there's so much product out there. It's really tough to be original.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. And was it hard to write Zombiegeddon?
That one, But it shows too, I think.
You say no, it wasn't hard?
No, because you can tell it is what it is. But and of course, like a fourth of it's or half of it's like improv, because certain people remember lines. But that one was pretty easy. I think we did that in a couple days, and then but like the Dead in Love, which I think is probably the best script I've done. I spent a lot of time punching that up, which is what you're going to have to do. Once you get your ideas on paper, just go back in and punch it up and fill in holes and take out stuff that you don't think fits and so on.
Well, I think writing and rewriting is probably to me it's the hardest thing is wanting to go back and changing things, especially things I love,
Yeah.
And that's usually the hardest part is like going back and going, you know what, this is going to, this is gonna hurt me more than it's probably gonna hurt the movie. So you gotta get it out. And a lot of times I'll write, and I've only written actually one like 80-page script, and I got so excited I sent it to the WGA.
That's what you got to do.
Yeah.
Get a copyright as well with the Library of Congress.
Right. Yeah. Well, I just did the WGA so far on it, but then I heard like somebody else had come up with like a similar movie in a way, and I was like, crap, this sucks because I'm probably not going to end up doing it anyway. And it was such an expensive film because it's called Cruise of the Dead, and it's basically about this guy commits suicide over this girl on the cruise ship, and so to cover it up, they send it to a doctor, and the doctor is a mad doctor and creates this rejuvenation serum but he doesn't realize it actually works and unleashes a zombie.
That sounds like the plot of this movie Serum that I was telling you about. Yeah, cool.
What's the plot for that exactly?
The same thing.
Exactly.
That's about a doctor who's trying to make a serum that cures cancer, but he accidentally makes a serum that brings dead people back to life and turns them into mutant zombie.
Well, see, the difference is mine actually the zombie becomes like a superhero fighting terrorists / ninjas.
In this movie, the monster is a bad guy, so he eats people's brains.
Well,
you're all right. You're all right.
He's the bad guy, and then he turns out to be the good guy, helping the people out. So, it's a good. I guess it was a fun story, and I mean, it was different because there's not a lot of zombies. There's only one zombie. He doesn't go and bite people and turn people into zombies. He just knocks their heads off and stuff.
That's good.
So yeah, I mean, I just didn't want to do a zombies on a cruise ship movie exactly because I thought that was just. I mean, somebody else is going to do that, and then from what I've heard, somebody else already is in the works of it or something. So, whatever.
Well, anyway, your show's only an hour, right? We've already been going for an hour and a half.
Well, right. Actually, it can go up to 2 hours. So.
Oh, gotcha.
But if you guys, I guess you guys are probably tired, and your battery's going to be wearing down.
Yeah, you're killing my battery. You're killing my free minutes here.
All right. Well, did you guys have fun?
Indeed.
Yeah.
Did you have fun, Chris?
Yeah, it was wonderful. I won't say it.
What?
I was going to go R-rated. Sorry, but I'll stay.
Do you want to rate it? What you say? You want to go R-rated?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, go ahead. This is an adults only.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
I should have told you that earlier.
I had so much fun. I wanked 6 times. There you go.
Nice. Excellent.
Nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was so good. Well, do you guys want to plug some more stuff before you go?
Go ahead and buy Prisoner Go-Go, buy Cornman, and buy Irish American Ninja and Zombie Camp Out. They're all on Amazon.
All right, how about you, Chris?
Zombiegeddon, Evil Ever After is supposedly coming out in January, Minds of Terror December, and Dead in Love's coming out next year, so that's my big one.
So Minds of Terror is definitely going to be out, it's supposed to be out soon, right?
It's supposed to be on December. It was July, but they keep pushing it, so it's always surprising when some of them come out with smaller companies. But
okay, well, hopefully in a couple weeks we'll be able to see Minds of Terror.
Excellent.
All right. Well, have a good one, guys, and be sure to try to pimp out the site and let everybody know that you guys were here. You know, and have them check out the archives.
Will do.
Okay. All right. You guys have a good one.
You too. Thanks a lot, guys.
All right. No problem. Bye.